every use case, as I said, is driven by ROI approach. So you'll be able to see how much benefit your organization is actually getting from the use cases. Now these benefits I'll show you in the next days, like how this can be achieved. So for any use cases, every use case definitely requires what you say data. So definitely once this like if someone thinks that okay, predicting sales is something that we will actually work upon, so they need to come and use the same department or domain that they think that they're working and select their idea. Okay, so this was my idea that I was thinking that we'll predict the sales and fill up the form with relevant use case details, and then need to select an approver where the approver will actually look into what the request has been. So adding use case is nothing but you are requesting to work on a business problem which should be verified by your managers, by your business leaders, because everything any user works in the organization is something that brings a cost to the company. Now, in this case, like if someone thinks of solving a problem in the organization, it will cost. It is where human efforts will be required. It is where infrastructure is required to work on this. It is where data is required. So there will be a complete team who will be working for a single specific business problem to bring it as a value. So that's why the approval system is very important for the business people to actually decide with the provided information, then act upon that. Now, once a use case is created, this can be tracked into the workflow management page, where the manager who has been assigned to approve that, they can come and actually look into whatever has been assigned to them, and they can uh, approve from here if they think that they have got all the sufficient information for which they think that okay, we will actually build this sales prediction model, and they can approve it from here. Now once this is approved, it will be notified to the users, to the relevant user, where they can also track down from the same place, and they will get updated, okay, this use case has been approved, and now they can start working on the use cases. And once they start working on the use cases, it's where the process starts, like there will be a team who will be assigned to get the relevant data, do all the relevant information that are requested, and then once the data is available, it will be notified, and then the other team members can start bringing a value out of it in their respective domains and respective areas with respect to the roles that has been assigned. Now, for this sales prediction model, now once you think that okay, we have actually created, we have the use case has been approved and will start working. Once the data comes into picture, now you can come to the next level, or to the next level page of the use case, and where you'll be able to see all the dashboards and models that has been built for this specific use case. And depending on that, you can, as it is an ROI driven, you can always come and update your ROI. Let's suppose for a historical data that you have when you started on the day one, you know that whatever sales data that you get, you know that the total return on that was, let's suppose, 12,000. And for that, you invested around $8,000 for that. And the data records, that data records is nothing but the amount that you actually sold, the total number of data points that you'd have. Let's suppose it's 300. And since we assume that you have not put any kind of a, assuming that let's suppose you didn't use AI to actually improve your sales during that time, let's say you can put it optional. You don't need to put any amount here. Or else if you think that in your investment, you also have a cost of AI separately just to improve your sales, you can also put it here in time. Let's suppose I can also put it like 500 as $500 as the cost of AI, and you can calculate your ROI. Like for this information, for the data that I'm uploading, what will be the ROI? So this is how your ROI will be calculated. It will also show you like what's the expense and what's the return, and that's how you can update your ROI. Now, once you update your ROI, your use cases can be tracked down directly in the dashboard area, that is the AI overview. Here you'll be able to see your all the use cases, and also track down how they have been improving with time. And With this, you can also see what's the latest ROI. You can also track down the total savings that you actually achieve or the total benefits that you got by using the platform. And also you can track down all the assets that where your team has built, like the dashboards, the models, the data that they have connected for you, the ML notebooks, the models that has been deployed, and also the images. Now, along with that, the user can also upload reports, any specific reports related to use cases, and where this can be downloaded by any of the team members and can also be shared to relevant people within the team. So in short, this is where you'll be able to track all your use cases and all the data sources and dashboards connected along with the models. Now, that is how you start with an idea, you transform that into an use case, and then track it in AI overview, and you create a value out of that same idea.